Hello, everyone. This is Tim. I decided instead of doing one book for the whole month, what I'm going to do is first half of the month, I'll do one book. Second half of the month, I'll do another one. So we're going from one book a month to two books a month. And I gave you more about the founding of the country. Now we're going to deal with how we get through tough times. And so for the back end of May, my second book for the month of May that I'm going to be dealing with is Hope on a Tightrope. And this is what I love about having platforms that I can control. We can control the content, we can control the pace, we can control the scheduling, we can control. So I want to bring you more work. So we'll do two books a month for now. And we'll see, maybe going forward it may even be more, but for right now we'll do two. And I think that's good. You get a good chunk of each book. So let's get into it. State of emergency. We are in one of the most truly prophetic moments in the history of America. The poor and very poor are sleeping with self-destruction. The working and middle classes are struggling against paralyzing pessimism, and the privileged are swinging between cynicism and hedonism. Yes, these are the circumstances that people of conscience must operate during this moment of national truth or consequence. We have witnessed the breakdown of the social systems that nurture our children, our rootless children, not just the 1 out of 3 black, 1 out of 4 brown, and nearly 1 out of 3 of red children who live in poverty, but the 1 out of 5 children in America who live in poverty. We are talking about the state of young souls, culturally naked with no safe moorings. These children have no cultural armor to protect them while navigating the terrors and traumas of daily life. Young people need a community to sustain them so that they can look death in the face and deal with disease, dread, and despair. These days we are in deep trouble. The audacity of hope won the 2008 Democratic primary, yet we are still living in the shadow of the vicious realignment of the American electorate, provoked by the media's negative appeals to race and gender, and the right-wing propaganda that bashes vulnerable groups. The effects of the U.S.'s economic contraction that began in 1973 have only intensified in the new global economy. Even as deep democratic struggles began in the mid-1990s in response to corporately controlled globalization, we faced an unprecedented redistribution of wealth from working people to the elite and the gutting of the nation into public squalor and private opulence. Culture, in part, provides people with the tools and resources to steel themselves against adversity and convinces them not to kill themselves or others. This is the reason why I am preoccupied with a sense of the tragicomic at the moment in which we must look defeat, disillusionment, and discouragement in the face and work through it. A sense of tragicomic keeps alive some sense of possibility, some sense of hope, some sense of agency, some sense of resistance. We have not been too successful in persuading people not to kill themselves or others. From the police homicide of Sean Bell in New York City to the torture and prisoner abuse at Abu Ghraib in Iraq. From street thugs to corporate thugs, people of color, women, youth, the working poor, gays, lesbians are being targeted. I call it the gangsterization of America. This is what happens in moments of cultural decay. This is what happens in moments of cultural breakdown. Moreover, to talk about cultural resistance at this time means to ask, how do we analyze this present moment and discern some sources of vision and hope? I look at culture from the vantage point of a black freedom fighter. We are not going to be here that long. Culture moves us. It helps create the structures of meaning, feeling, and purpose that keep the deep democratic tradition alive. So I'm just going to keep reading straight on through it. We are in a state of emergency, no doubt about that. And we're going to deal with it, and we're going to use Hope on a Tightrope among any other materials. So this is my book 2 for May, Hope on a Tightrope. And until next time, thank you for your support, and take care of your mind, take care of your body, and stay safe.